Question 10. The second term of a geometric series is 6. So we can say u2 equals 6. And the third term is 3x plus 1. So u3 equals 3x plus 1. Given the sum of the first three terms is 21, so that's saying that S3 equals 21. Find the two possible values of x. Find the two possibilities for the first three terms of the series. This is a good question because you can work out lots of things that actually end up not being that useful at all. It's the way you represent it that really will help you unlock the keys to this question. We've got three terms, u1, u2, u3, which add to give 21. Let's have a look at them in a bit more depth. u1, we don't know what u1 is, but it's the first term, so it's always called a. u2, it's the second term, it'll be a times r. And then u3, the third term, it'll be ar squared, and that's equal to 3 brackets x plus 1. Now the temptation might come then to say, well, let's look at the sum of the first three terms. That would be the first term, we don't know, a, plus the second term. Let's write 6 because we know it's 6. And the third term, we know it's 3x plus 1. And we know those three add 21. However, that causes a problem with having an a and having an x. We can't solve it. So we need to think a little bit differently. Let's think in terms of the common ratio. If the second term, if u2 equals 6, then without any other knowledge, you could say that the first term would be 6 divided by r. And the third term has to be 6 times r, because you have to go from each term multiplying by the common ratio r. So if I say that again, if you've got 6 divided by r and you multiply by the common ratio, you should get 6, and you multiply to get to the next term, you multiply by r and you get 6r. That's what a geometric progression is. So instead of getting bogged down with all this stuff for a second, we need to just go back to the basics and say that the first term plus the second term plus the third term equals 21. I would multiply everything by r, so 6 plus 6r plus 6r squared equals 21r. Bring everything to the left hand side, so you'd end up with minus 15r plus 6 equals 0. I would then divide 3 by 3, get 2r squared minus divide by 3, divide by, I'm going to keep going, divide by 3. Okay, then we factorize that to r, whatever way you prefer to factorize. And you can see it would end up being, I've got to get minus 5, so minus 2 and minus 1. So r could be equal to 1/2, or r could be equal to 2. Let's consider r being 1/2 then. If r is 1/2, let's go back and look at a is 6 over r. So a would be 6 divided by 1/2, which would be 12. And then u3 is ar squared, so it's 12 times 1/2 squared, which is 1/4 times 12, which is 3. So the third term we know is 3 brackets x plus 1, and we're saying when r is 1/2, it would be 3. So x plus 1 would be equal to 1, and x would be 0. That's one possibility. The other possibility then is that r is equal to, what did I say? 2. So if r was 2, the first term is 6 divided by r. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then u3 is lost my train of thought there. It's AR squared. So 3 times 2 squared, which is 12. And then we know that U3 is 3 brackets x plus 1. That means that x plus 1 would be equal to 4 and x would be equal to 3. So there are your possible values for x. So 0 and 3. And then part 2 is find the two possibilities for the first 3 terms of the series. Okay. Well, we know if a is 12, then the first term would be 12. Common ratio is a half, so then it would go to 6 and then go to 3. That's one possibility. The other possibility then is when a is 3 and the common ratio is 2. So the first term is 3 multiplied by the common ratio 2, which gives 6, and then times by 2 again gives 12. You might have to watch that video a few times, but hope it helps in the end.